and welcome to the show. We are here today on GTA 5 for a little tournament. For, in fact, a very silly tournament. I don't know what's going on over here, but we're going to have a look. Ah, cars have found bowling balls. Oh, apparently we made Brazen fly a little bit. This is the tournament, see who has the brownest pants. It's a very silly name, but this is a series of tracks made by Lado. A couple of them we have driven before, and then we have a new one to finish off the tournament. And we are going to, well, gain points over the course of the tournament and see who is going to win. These are very silly tracks that have one specific feature. If you haven't seen these circuits before, well, you are about to find out what said feature is. Oh dear, tried to be sneaky, it didn't really work. Yeah, you're in for a treat. They're silly stunt circuits with one bit that is going to potentially cause some massive problems. Oh, we've got the tires for this first race. I did not quite want that much airtime, but we're going to have this much airtime. Oh, Lado's pointing backwards and is upside down, and Lado's having a bad day. Where is that going to go? Oh, I was worried that was going to take me out midair. We were very lucky there. That is a long recovery time for Lado. I mean, there's a few other cars have had bad starts, but yeah, nothing too bad. We are into the tunnel, so at the moment everything is all fairly standard stunt race affair, if you like it. In fact, it is a very fast circuit. There will be lots of slipstreaming. There will be lots of catch-up to help those that have a bit of an iffy start, but there is good reason, because we want the whole pack together. Because that's half the fun of this track, as you will see shortly. We're about to get a lot of airtime over here. Oh, and we are skewed a little bit left, but that's fine. Probably don't want that much airtime. However, we've actually mostly caught the lead pack here. And that's good. Everyone else is catching us as well as we head towards the challenging part, then the brown trouser moment, if you will, is the bit that's coming up here. You see, while this looks like a fairly straightforward section of track, it is going to be anything but that as it narrows up and becomes increasingly dicey. You an Endanger Man with a spectacular crash behind. And there's the thumbnail. That's what I put the recording on, because I knew it was going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen on the first lap. Actually, it's going to happen when anybody misjudges it, to be fair. It's definitely happening on the final lap. Cars are not going to yield through there. We get a nice sweep past, although, like, it's a great overtake that, but you don't necessarily want to do that on the final lap because it's quite a long run to the finish line. And that is a lap around this circuit. It's a pretty quick track. It is a mostly flat-out circuit, although we have got to deal with this section that is not flat out. You try and take it flat out, you end up off the map there. I've got loads of speed, way too much speed, actually. I've had a big lift because I was going to crash into Mute. Gliska's got a lot of airtime. We're about to have a lot of airtime here. I had no... Oh, Mute has had a big accident, and that's affected Amy, and they're both... Oh, Mute's fallen off. Amy's still on the platform. Amy might recover that. Oh, Stevie gave a bump to someone. Is that level 8, I think? Maybe got a bump? It was a big... It wasn't a intentional punch off. That was supposed to be a bump draft, I think, or just too late pulling out the slipstream. And that was a hell of a... off the circuit, there was a bump for Stincy. Oh god, I had a run on Impega and Brazen had a run on me, and it almost went terribly wrong. Oh, it's gone terribly wrong for Impega. I definitely had to have a lift and a tap on the brakes. I'm having more lifts and taps on the brakes. I really hope someone's not carrying a lot of speed up that jump, because we could easily get hit. And someone's bounced off Stinty. Who was that? Oh, Stevie. Stevie went for a bounce. Don't hit that. If you hit that wall down there, of all the obstacles to hit, that wall would be a funny one. It would be an unexpected one. But there we go. Oh, we've got a little bit of a karma group now. There's been enough bumps and shunts that everyone's spread out. Lado's almost caught back up after that issue on the first lap. Lado is absolutely not lifting through here if Lado has a run. I think it's going to be fine for us. Oh, that's again, another amazing crash. I saw that one coming. Told you Lado wasn't lifting. There was definitely no lifting involved at all there. You can't fit... So the gap in the wall is physically not big enough to fit two cars wide. I think maybe some really small cars, you almost get away with it. But we're finding with the Tyrus here, actually, is you're getting both cars flipping. I was expecting... I seem to remember when we first did this, you got kind of one car made it through and one car got launched, but we're definitely seeing multiple cars launching here. One car, no cars making it. In fact, Amy's actually done a really good job. Oh crap! To catch up, look out for the orange car. Oh, that's not where. It's really not where you want to be upside down. Not even sure who that was. Oh crap! Look out! I've got. Amy's so lucky I got on the brakes. I could have. If I put my foot down, we would have just gone clean underneath that car. That was. I'm actually quite surprised that vehicle just didn't lose control while being scooped up like that. Considering the back wheels are very much not on the ground at all, that could have gone disastrously wrong. But everybody lives to fight another day. Gliska's gone the wrong side of the side and had an issue. There was too much speed, a lot of understeer, and off the map for them. But there's still time, there's still plenty of chance to recover here. Level 8 is back in the fray. Stevie's here, having had a weird... Oh, no, cars don't... Uh-oh, we're going to land on Longbow. We're going to land on Longbow, who's not pointing the right way. No, still not pointing the right way. Brazen's overtaken everybody in the sky. Amy was the only one that actually got a good landing there. So... we're all quite spread out at the front after that mess. We're all spread out at the front here. That doesn't mean we're going to be all spread out when we get to the, you know, brown pants moments. Liam has come through. Come on, where's the slipstream? Come on. There we go. We've got a great run. Oh, that was a bit too late to get out of the draft. Amy has recovered. We are through. And it is Brazen and someone else who didn't make it through neatly. Might have been Stevie? No, Stevie's behind us. Not sure who it was. I think it was one of the... I don't know. I thought it was one of the darker coloured cars, but I could not tell. It was a good flip, though. I think they both survived quite nicely as well, which is impressive, really. We are around the final corner. What lap number we're on? We've got a couple more laps to go. There's still time. There's still time for a lot of things to happen in this one. We're going to get into the draft. So Brazen from second did not have enough momentum to win the race there. I mean, we're trying to... I'm always, like, thinking, you know, trying to figure out what might and might not work. Oh, this is bad. This is so bad. This is so bad. Car. Oh, I'd rather have my crash now, though. I was going to say, we haven't had a crash yet. I'd rather get it out of the way on lap 3 than have it happen on lap 5. Oh, Liam with a beautiful takeoff, actually. Well recovered for a Longbow. Almost... I was going to say incredibly well saved by Joe, and the first one was, but just couldn't gather it back up in time. I mean, there's so many forces going on that car, it's not a surprise. That, it's difficult to catch it when it goes wrong. I'm up on the ceiling. I'm on the floor again. We lost a lot of momentum. Okay, lap 3 is the bad lap for me. There's Impega, who we saw fall off not so long ago. Yeah, we've had a bad lap 3, but like my bad lap has not been all that bad. We had a loop in the tunnel that lost us some momentum, but ultimately could have been a lot worse, and we had a little bit of a tumble over the first kind of ramp section. You really got to make sure you take off as straight as you can here, because it's so dangerous when you don't, because it's such a big amount of airtime. If you're a little bit wonky on takeoff, you're very wonky on landing. Oh, there's some accidents up ahead. Don't know where they were going to appear. But again, you see, we saw Gliska fell off after the exit of the tube last lap, and they're already back with the group. So, yeah, it doesn't take too long. But that is the joy of this circuit. Again, though, we're not really going to be involved in the brown pants moment. We've been either out ahead, or in this case, we're now too far back to actually be involved in any of it. We will be neatly around that corner. I mean, we're in a good place to kind of catch the leaders for a slipstream. I think we're a little too far back to cross the line in first, because there's going to be too many cars with slipstream runs. But we will be on the tail end of this group in no time. Yeah, they're all going to fan out as they get slipstream off each other. We could maybe have gone for a curb boost a little bit like Gliska has, but that's fine. Final lap of the race for us. We're back with the lead group. Let's not fall off. Oh, Stevie got awkward airtime there. Oh, crap. Look out. Level 8. Oh, that was sketchy. I don't actually really want airtime over here. We get a little bit, but not as much as anyone else. Liam twitched. I was so worried Liam was going to get a tank slapper on the landing there. Thankfully, they didn't. We've got loads of momentum coming down here. Of course we do. But where do we go with it? There's nowhere to really go with it at the moment. I'm actually sticking with Amy. I like this idea. Stay low, because all the cars go high in the banking. It is faster up there, but there's more likely to be a crash. So we're just thinking safety first. Try and get a good result here. Oh, Stevie has gone through a very narrow gap. Well, I haven't really got much room to manoeuvre. We've got you on one side, we've got, I think, Brazen on the other. We are up into the air. Ewan might be in trouble. Amy's gone for the aerial overtake in all of this. I'm trying to get my car in a straight line. We do. Don't know where Amy is. That was a long flight. Ewan survived, actually. I thought Ewan might be going off the side of the track there, but did not at the end of all that. We've got big slipstream run. It might be a little bit too soon. I think it is. I don't think we're going to lead. Oh, we're definitely not leading out of the Brown Pants tube. There's going to be a lot of cars appearing at a lot of speed here. Everyone has sorted themselves out very neatly. That was impressively done. Everybody was really well behaved going through there. We are down in 8th, though. It's quite a long way back for... Or 6th, oh, 6th, sorry, because of the way we looped around. I mean, it's a long way back. We might be able to get a good run here towards the finish line. We're following Stinty. I like Stinty's idea here. If I can get a big slipstream pull, it is not impossible. But it's not going to be a victory. It might be a third. Don't think we quite got him, Pegger. I think it was Liam or Stevie took victory. I did not see. I'll take it, actually. I'll take it. It's a good start. Solid start. Podium finish. Always want to win. It was Liam takes victory and Pegger second. We will take third ahead of Stinty. Level 8, Ewan, Brazen, Amy, Dangerman and Longbow round out the top 10. Gliska had an unlucky race. Is all the way back in 15th in that one. Stevie was up at the front with us for a while as well. But yeah, I mean, we were very well behaved. I was expecting more people going for it through the kind of narrow section on this first race, and they did not. So, there we go. That's the first race. And that is the most sensible of all the tracks we have. Things are only going to get madder. We are on to our second race, and it is ominously grey. I'm not sure what's on the time of day. I must have said it wrong. But, never mind. Actually, I thought it was grey because it was clouds. I'm pretty sure I changed the time to be proper, but never mind. This is Browner Pants. It has been slightly remade, I believe, from when we last ran it. Bloody hell, that's a lot of cars squabbling over a bit of space. I think when we originally did this, it was a transform race. I think. I could be wrong. However, yes, we have got some corners to be dealing with. We've actually come out of all the corner sections not very well here. We've got, of course, the all-important tube part. Oh, and either Stevie or Liam, Stevie got a bump round in front of us, and there was nowhere I could go on that. We are, not having a good start to this race. But, you know, that is how it goes sometimes. Longbow's also not had a great start. We will head into a tube. We will try and bounce our car off the wall. Oh, dearie me. My most important thing there is keep the car on the platform. Someone did not. I think that might have been... I think Stevie's also having a bad day. It's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you just have these terrible days, and you have to deal with it. Oh, God. Tube time. Ugh. Got to be careful. The fact that cars have been exploding does make me worry. Ah, that's where they've been exploding. On that landing zone. Oh, I found a wall. Ah. We're up to 12th by virtue of others' misfortune. Is this the first... this is the first Brown Pants wall. Are we going to be able to pass Stevie before we get there? No, we are not. Oh, and that's actually way nastier. I think that wall is nastier than the other one by virtue of the fact that it looks like a solid edge to that wall. It's not like it funnels in. So that is dangerous. The blimps saying danger, I think, on the way up here is probably apt for what is about to happen, because I'm going to guess the second wall is coming up. So we've got some tubes that are quite awkward to fit the vehicles in. We are going to sneak past a car. Oh, let's go, Longbow, go! You and them bumped me forward. To be fair, Longbow 100% made the right call on that one. Just back out of it, because that is a mess going on there ahead. And, I mean... it kind of worked perfectly. It worked perfectly for Longbow. And then that has worked less perfectly for us. Oh, there we go. So Longbow came to a halt to avoid the mayhem, which was sensible. I then fired them forward, gave them some great acceleration once the mess was out of the way, and then we got helped forward as well by somebody else. Oh, nope, that's not a wall you want to hit. We are languishing down in 10th place at the moment. This has been an awful first lap. I mean, the good news is... we have 5 laps. Actually, probably could have done with 4 around this track. It's longer. Although it has been a very slow lap for me by virtue of it's just been an absolutely terrible lap. We have got cars side by side behind us, but no one looking to pass us at the moment. That's fine. We can take our normal line through all of this, so to speak. Liam won the first race, and Liam is back here with me at the moment, so points-wise, it's not looking great for Liam either. Impega, I think, is in the lead group, from what I have seen, but it's going to change a lot. There's plenty of time and chance for us to be catching up. Oh, forgot about that bit. Yeah, I do remember that now. You do not want to be on the... Oh, no, take it back. Impega's not miles out in front. Impega's back here with us. Okay, so you've got to be on the wall. It's learning different bits about the track and different places we actually need to put the car to avoid pain. Thank you, Impega. We did need that encouraging bump forward, to be fair. It was an important encouraging bump. Oh, of course we get stopped instantly in that, because why wouldn't we? I mean, a few cars have exploded, at least. I guess the plus point of us not actually carrying much speed out of there is we didn't get blown up. There is a plus point, and then there's a huge gap at the front. That is absolutely monstrous gap for the leaders. They are having a real time of it. I don't think that's actually quite as solid a wall as I initially thought it was. I think there is still a little bit funneled, but still don't want to hit it. Regardless, it looks like a bad time. I'm going to say that much. It looks like a bad time. So what have we got? Lado, Dagerman, and Longbow are leading the way. Stinty, and then Ewan and Brazen, they're all at kind of little intervals back. It's all going to cluster up. Not going to have much action at the Brown Pants wall second time of asking through there. Everyone being on their own. It is a sketchy thing trying to line up. It is a scary thing trying to line that up and make sure you get it right. Even on your own, you're still getting the car through a gap that is not much wider than the car. You've got to be absolutely spot on with the old precision front there. Otherwise, you're going to have a tremendous shunt, pretty much. We are maybe catching up to Joe a little bit at the moment. I mean, if we can work together, if us three can be clever about it, which we will want to do, at the end of the day, we want to catch the lead group. So, and it's very little defending you can do around here. The nature of this circuit is far too quick for there's far too many straights for defending in the corners to be of much use. Oh, Longbow's had a bad time. I think Joe is on our left somewhere. I think I saw some lights flick past. Oh, there it is. that swapped back, but that's okay. Can we have any work? We don't have any working lights anyway, so there's no point. It is one of the plus points actually having the lights on when it is kind of dark, is you can sort of see where vehicles are because the lights are shining in the sort of third-person camera. You can actually make adjustment based on that. Right, that time I remembered. Joe is up on the ceiling for some reason. Not quite sure what that reason is. Hello, Ewan. I did not actually want to carry that much speed. We got rather pushed out of the tunnel on that. Sorry, Longbow and Ewan, but yeah, I had very little control over a lot of my actions there. We'll go on the brakes because I want to get the car down on the deck neatly, which we do. I mean, my car is battered beyond belief. Thankfully, not really affecting the handling. Okay, Ewan survived that. Ewan has recovered from all of that. And he's going to carry speed. Now, I know Ewan doesn't lift for the tunnel. I also love it is an almost guaranteed thing, and everyone is doing it. But the braking zone for that corner, I think, would actually be before the wall. Or potentially as you go through the wall. But everyone's so busy focusing on navigating the wall, everyone's braking late there because your mind is hold down throttle and deal with that side of things. Ewan is going to come past here. No, Ewan actually did back out of it. I'm surprised. I think because we're getting later in the race now, and while the first lap it's funny when you have, oh god, the vehicles flipping through the air and silliness, at this stage now is actually really, really problematic. So at the moment everyone is being a lot more careful with the car. They want to make sure, at least they want to get back to the lead pack because we've only got a couple of laps remaining. I think my car might be broken in such a way that makes it more tendency to oversteer, snap oversteer, especially with these curbs. Well, this is perhaps a little bit more of an oversteery car full stop, But yeah, we're going to have to be careful. But I see the lead group. Ultimately, that is what we wanted after an absolutely abysmal first lap. The fact that we're almost back in the lead group is good for us. We just now not got to make any mistakes. Stinty has had a little bit of a poor jump section, but that's okay. Again, we'll recover from that. Although nearly got torpedoed. As I was... I mean, a lot of the brakes at the centre point to make the corner. Stinty was taking a slightly tighter line than I was. That was nearly dangerous. Ewan's going to get a pass on the outside. That's fine. Right, get some boost going on. That's more like it. And yeah, we're now with the lead group. There's going to be some shenanigans. There's going to be some shenanigans at the wall at some point. Stinty forgot about the kicker and has gone for a falling over. Is that Lado or Brazen in front of me? I can't remember which shade of yellow. It's Lado. So Lado got a slightly different idea of getting speed through there, and it's... Oh, it's not worked. Well, it's worked. It's carried a lot of speed. Well held. I thought Lado was going off into the ocean at that point, but did well to gather it all back up. I like Brazen's idea. In fact, I'm even slower than anyone else. I'm probably the slowest of the lot on that exit pipe. I don't know. I mean, you can make up lap time. I'm thinking as I don't want to explode at this point. Gliska did make up some time doing that. Right, we are going to... Well... Oh! Like I say, we were pushed. I was actually going to go on the brakes there. I was trying to push Liam ahead of Mute and then go on the brakes behind Mute. But Gliska was decided to push the whole lot forward. I mean, it's actually worked out quite well for me. I'm happy with third at this point. You know, at this stage of the race, we're with the lead group. We've got a lap to go. We're sat in third. We're going to have a couple of cars catching here. Gliska and Ewan might get past before the narrow section. No, they're closing. They're not going to be closing. Oh, soon enough. The shot from behind does tip the car a little bit, but we got away with it. It's actually... No, don't do that again. Oh, I'm sorry, Ewan. That was me just catching. I can't touch the curb like that. I think my broken car is not one for riding the curbs on that particular section. We can curb boost a little bit, but don't try and curb boost mid-corner because it is just good. Yeah, it is definitely something wrong with my car because others can bubble the curb and they're fine. My car is not. So that is not helping. It's only a small thing, and like 90% of the time you probably wouldn't notice. But here, yeah, it is a problem. We're falling a little bit further back than I would have liked. However, we've got another lap to go. Anything can happen here. We never ever give up in a race like this. Impega's a little bit fired around behind us. Impega's car may be heavily damaged too, by the looks of it. Oh, yeah, my car does not like riding over the curbs. It's got something broken in it. In front of Impega's car is smashed, but in a weird way. Kind of looks like the... what is the... God, Gordon Murray car. I've forgotten the name of the damn thing. T-something or other? Kind of looks like the front of that in a weird sort of a way. Everyone is up on the wall through there. Everyone is neat enough. Oh... I mean, there's going to be, I suspect, a couple more accidents from this group. I don't think all 7 or 8 of us here are going to finish in this way. Someone's going off down here. Gliska's in trouble. Gliska's gone. Gliska lost the back end over the crest and slid off the circuit. Everyone else is neatly through here. Brazen is slow, but that might even have been a decision. I'm trying to get the car down, and we do. We pass Ewan. Brazen's clever thinking ended up not quite working because Ewan had a crash in front of them. Now, is it going to be side by side? Is Impega going to try and battle it out with Lado? No, it's going to be Danger Man ducks across in front, and all cars make it through safely. Everybody's made it through the tunnel for the penultimate time. We've got one more gap to aim for. Who is going to be leading the way? We're all on the boost pads. We've all got a bit of slipstream. Now, I will probably get prime position for some slipstream here once we leave the boost pads. Here goes the slingshot. But I missed the boost pad, so I thought I could just grab the side of it. Lado is playing it safe. Danger Man and Impega did not play it safe, and Danger Man's come out the other side of all of this in the lead. Ewan's involved, and Lado got very unlucky. Lado was being careful. Danger Man found the curb as well. Lado was being very careful at that point, and unfortunately, as they crashed, we were still carrying momentum, but I couldn't stop instantly. We just scooped a Lado. That is unfortunate for a Ladosaurus. Was right in the back. Lado did absolutely nothing wrong in that. There was nothing Lado could have done. There's nothing I could have done, really. I could have backed up further, but even if we'd been even further back, what would have happened is we would have been hit by the car behind that was carrying more speed than us. So, yeah, it would always... Oh, that damage. I think the damage might have just killed me because we got huge understeer halfway through that corner, and it's going to be a 4th place for us. Yeah, just couldn't do anything more. We got massive understeer through that final corner because I hit the curb. Well, not even really understeer. I hit the curb, got fired wide. I mean, look, 3rd and a 4th. It's consistent. It is consistent. Impega sat in 5th. Dangerman claims victory ahead of Brazen. Ewan gets on the podium ahead of me. Impega 5th ahead of Stinty. Lado ends up 7th. Could have been worse, but quite unfortunate. Liam is in 8th ahead of Longbow. Amy rounds out the top 10. We have Mute, Glisker, Level 8 Stevie, Joe, and Aaron rounding out the leaderboard. Glisker unlucky, was right in the group, but a critical mistake on the final lap. Never a good thing when it comes to a race like this. Oh, bloody hell. That was, again, definitely an experience. So, the halfway mark of the Who Has the Brownest Pants tournament. It is very, very close at the top of the table. In fact, 3 of us are on an identical number of points. Liam will lead the way by virtue of having the kind of best finishing position. Impega is in 2nd ahead of me. Dangerman is just 1 point behind that. In 4th, Brazen just 1 point behind Dangerman. Ewan's only 1 point away from those, and Stinty's only a couple more back. It's not very much separates the top 7 in this one. We then have a little bit of a gap back, but to Level 8 and Amy, they're both on 14 points, just 1 ahead of a Longbow in 10th. Lado is 11th ahead of Stevie and Mute. Joe and Glisker also on the same number of points, with Aaron rounding out the table. I mean, this is a wonderfully wacky, crazy sort of series of circuits, and as we've seen, just about anything can happen. There is more excitement to be had, though, as for the second part of this tournament, we were going to be racing on the new Brown Pants circuit. That'll be coming up very shortly for you. But that is going to be it for today. Until next time, a goodbye.